Whenever you start a new journey, there's the initial excitement and enthusiasm about embarking on a new journey. You're so excited about all the progress you're going to make, all the results that you're going to see in the future. You expect all your progress to be linear. TJ! Linear. And somewhere down the line, you realize that that simply isn't the case. You realize that progress isn't linear. In fact, progress comes in waves. So where you would have expected to be after a year, you're not there. And now that you realize that you're not where you want to be, you enter the valley of despair. In this valley of despair, your expectations of where you wanted to be and where you are creating that valley. At the top of the valley is where you expected to be, and where you are right now, in the middle of the valley, at the lowest point, is the current results that you have. I am in this valley, and I've been in this valley for the past few months. And slowly I'm making my way out of this valley, but I just want to talk to you about the reality of the valley of despair that you're going to encounter. Unless you're one of those people who start something like, have you ever heard of those musicians where the very first song that they make is like number one on the Billboard? They won't always be number one, but they will never be like struggling. So there are some anomalies in this world who at their very first try things work out. But the odds are that you're not one of those anomalies, and I'm certainly not one of those anomalies. And even though people call this the valley of despair, and I know for a fact I'm in this valley of despair, I wouldn't even say that it's bringing me any despair, but that's entirely due to my mindset. I know that this is just a period that everyone goes through, and like all periods, they'll come to an end. There'll come a point where I am on the top of the valley, where I am on the mountain. There will come a point where you are on the top of the mountain. You may be going through this. You may be about to reach the valley of despair. But there will come a time where you will be on top of the mountain. There will come a time where you'll be grateful that you stuck through this valley of despair. I don't know if you can see that I've been getting shorter and shorter and shorter because I waxed my floors the other day. So if I stand and I apply pressure, my foot just slips and slips.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care. Jerry.
So for me, the business that I'm building is this YouTube channel. Initially, I actually had a lot of progress. Well, actually not really. The first month or 2 months were very slow. I'll be getting like 1 view, 2 views. Some videos have 0 views after 24 hours. In August last year, things just shot up. Like I went from like 20 subscribers to 150 in one day. That progress kind of plateaued. It didn't really plateau. I was now growing at the rate that was realistic. But because I was used to that initial growth, I thought that I was plateauing. I thought that it was bad. And since then, I've had like steady growth. Sometimes there'll be spikes, but it's been steady growth. Let's say 2022 me was thinking about where I would be in August and where I currently am. They don't match. And I can't say truthfully that my work has matched where I want to be. Still, I would have expected to be in a better position, but you can't control all the outputs in your life. And I guess this is like the valley of despair for me because I chose not to go to uni. Where I'm from, this is probably the biggest risk that one could take. It's probably me slapping my parents in the face saying, look, I know all that you've done for me. I know that you've worked incredibly hard, but I feel like I don't want to go to uni. Imagine working for decades for your child to say that. So because I chose not to go to uni, my progress is it's based on this YouTube project. And I don't mind that. Pressure makes diamonds. But sometimes when I let my mind wander, I'll think about my friends who went to uni and the progress they're making. They finished their first year. There's something tangible to talk about, like passing their first year exams. Whereas me, I just have the subscribe account and the $17 that I made last week. And when my parents think about my friends and the progress they're making in the university, they always say that you're being left behind, that people are overtaking you. People who are behind you got worse grades than you. They're now overcoming you. They've done the first year of uni and you haven't even done anything. And in the past, I used to get angry at these statements. I used to be like, how can you say that? That's unfair. You're being rude. But I realized that if I grew up like them, if I went through all the situations that they went through, if I were in their position, I'd be saying the same things to me. And in this valley of despair, it's not a valley of despair just for you. It's a valley of despair for everyone who knows what you're trying to do. I can't tell you the number of comments that I've received from my family. Like the other day, I was getting a lecture from my sister, and she was saying, at the rate you're going through, you're going to be broke for the next 20 years. Whatnot. And it's like, the old me would have gotten angry. But again, if I went through her situations, if I had developed the same way she developed, I'd be saying the same things that she's saying. And quite frankly, right, it makes sense for her to say that because in the world that she's in, or what she expects people to do, they're making progress and I'm not making progress in that same way. So she has every right to say what she's going to say. But whether I let what she says damage my decision is my decision. And I'm never going to let someone damage long-term what I believe I can do. I've been told by many family members that I'm going to subject my kids to poverty. That 10 years from now, I'm going to be in the exact same position that I'm in now. And I'm not saying this so that you can feel sorry for me, because quite frankly, I don't care. I'm saying this so that when you go through this, when people are doubting what you're doing, when people are saying, that's not going to work, you know that you're not the only one who's going through it. You'll know that I've gone through it. You'll know that flipping all the people you look up to have gone through it. Most of the successful people, if you read an autobiography or biographies by them, they will talk about the periods where they were in this valley of despair, where everyone thought it wasn't going to work out, where even they had doubts about their vision, but they stuck through and they improved. And the point of this video isn't to help you out of the valley of despair, because the only thing that will take you out of this valley of despair is putting in the work to get the results that you do deserve. The point of this video is so that you know that the valley of despair is a thing and you're not the only one going through it. Like I said, the valley of despair is just a period in your life, and like all periods, they will pass. There will come a time when you're on the top of the mountain, where everyone who was saying that this isn't gonna work is now saying that they know you, that I have his contact in my phone. There will come a time where people are saying that about you. And I'm not gonna lie, right now, sometimes it feels like I'm throwing mud at a wall, because I can't tell you with 100% certainty when things are going to work out. I can't tell you. Like, if I were to tell someone in September this year, a month from now, things are gonna be like this, I would be lying. It would just be a projection of what I think may happen. Because the truth is, in your journey, where you're trying to do something extraordinary, where you're literally, it doesn't even have to be extraordinary, where you're just trying to improve yourself above the standards that have been set for you where you've grown up, most of the time you won't be able to say exactly what's going to happen. Like for me, I can't. But I just have faith that it's going to change. If you're in this valley of despair, just enjoy the rain. I know a time will come when you will look back and be grateful for being in that valley of despair. I'm kind of grateful for being in the valley of despair now, because it makes life spicy. Like, if everything was smooth sailing, I wouldn't enjoy it. So I'm happy that my life is spicy. I'm happy that I'm experiencing the ups and downs of life, because when I'm on my deathbed, I'll look back at this time and be grateful that I pushed on. So if you're in the valley of despair, just take one step at a time, and eventually you will look up and you'll see that, there's no mountain here. And you'll look down and you'll see that you're on the top. And what's below you is a valley that you're once in. So anyways, catch you, gents. Cheers.